last 24 hours have been absolutely crazy with LEGO weights, and I've been absolutely blown away. Ouch. Oh. Well, first off, we have a leaked photo of Fives, and it's not HD quality or anything like that, but it does look pretty good. It's going to be on screen for you here now. We aren't going to exactly discuss it right now, but if you watch all the way to the end of the video, it will be sure to be discussed. But we do have some kind of odds. We do have some odd sets coming out, with first up being 75383. First setup is a May set. Most of these are summer sets already. This is barely even January and we're already getting this. This is absolutely crazy and I can't believe it. But first up with 75383 is the Sif Infiltrator. We haven't seen this, it's like 2019, so it's about time. You got 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace as well as LEGO itself. So a perfect set to kind of bring in the end. It's supposed to be May, could be a summer set, but supposedly it is a May set. It has an unknown piece count as of right now, but stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to find out when we get a piece count. We are getting, as you would expect, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Padme, and Panaka. No young Anakin though, so one kind of major character kind of missing from that. Panaka is a little of a weird one. Didn't even visit. Not accurate to the scene at all, but LEGO is known for doing that from time to time, throwing in a character they haven't made in a while or a character that fans really want into a set that doesn't always make sense. They are kind of doing it with the 25th anniversary figures. We're more on that in a little bit. Now we're going to get into August. First of all, we have a very exciting set. A favorite of mine, especially after the Ahsoka series. We have the Battle of Peridea. Now, I'm not really sure what the build is going to be. Probably some kind of stone architecture kind of off of Peridea, I would imagine. Maybe with the snail, the turtle people, I don't know. But as of right now, we aren't. We are getting some really cool minifigures though, with Ezra and his Moses look, if you will. You get white Ahsoka, you get Thrawn, you get Captain Enoch, but no Night Troopers, unfortunately. And we do get Morgan Elsbeth, probably with her sword. I'm going to guess that she's going to have that Night Sister sword here. And it's supposed to be $40 to $50. The piece count is 382. Not terrible, and I don't really know what the build's going to be, so hard to really judge as of yet. Next up, 75389. A dark Millennium Falcon, same price as the current Millennium Falcon, and I believe there is still one on shelves. Now I could be wrong and it may have retired, but if not, that means that there could be two Millennium Falcons on shelves at the same time. This is kind of like the Evil series, and supposedly tying in with a What If Star Wars show. I don't know whether that's been greenlit or if it's actually happening, but LEGO's releasing a set kind of to that. The white Darth Vader is a 25th anniversary figure, with the other figures being alternate versions. We got Evil Rey, we got Evil Chewbacca, and you got a couple others. I think a Gungan with the blue is in there, which is just odd. It's a very odd set, but I think if Star Wars does go the What If route and do a little animated series on that, I think LEGO's going to follow suit and make lots of sets for that. So, you could see more of these. Now, in 2002, LEGO released a gunship, the first gunship of its kind, and a certain Jedi became a fan favorite, Jedi Bob. He was just an unknown Jedi, and that's the community's name. And for 20 plus years, he's been going around with, "We want Jedi Bob." We even put him in for the survey for the UCS gunship. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But LEGO's bringing him back in yellow version. So not even like matching him with the rest of Star Wars. I don't know how personally I feel, but I think the nostalgia is going to be there. It's going to be an updated yellow design. I think it's going to look very good. He's getting his own starfighter here. It's supposed to have at least one other character. I wonder if an astromech's going to be in here too, or if it's just going to be Jedi Bob and an astromech. But $40 is kind of steep for just those 2 minifigures, and I really think that a third or fourth would really be helpful here. It is coming with 310 pieces for $40, so it's a little pricey, and I think that Lego's kind of capitalizing on the nostalgia of like a Lego Bob here. So definitely a set that maybe I'd wait for a sale, unless you're a super big fan of Lego Bob. Next, in 2024, Lego is continuing their 2-in-1 packs, like they did with the Falcon and TIE Interceptor, like the Ahsoka series, XWing and Shin Hatis, and they're continuing here with the classics of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. That is just classic. And when you buy one, you buy the other, and usually, lately, the size scale, Lego's had them out for about $100. They're gonna be 110, so maybe they'll be scaled a little bit bigger. Also, supposedly, you're able to swap the wings and make some pretty cool monstrosities. You can have an X-Wing with TIE Fighter wings, you can have a TIE Fighter with X-Wing wings. Just some really cool thing. There should be about 4 minifigures here, including an X-Wing pilot, so it's not going to have, you could supposedly build this up as generic pilots, but I don't know what the other 2 minifigures are. You could buy a couple of these and have a fleet of them. This is a very cool series, and this is a very cool set. Probably have some astromechs, and then maybe a couple other like generals or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It does have over 1,000 pizzas for that $110 price point. 75396 is the Escape from Sarlacc. I feel like this set is a little bit late. Should have been last year really for the 40th anniversary, but very excited that Lego's still kind of doing these sets. But anyway, we are getting a Return of the Jedi, Escape from Sarlacc. It will have Han, Chewie, Lando, and a weekly guard. Supposedly one other minifigure is supposed to come in this. It is $80 and has 558 pieces. Probably a pretty decent sized brick built Sarlacc. I'm hoping, maybe not. Oh, I'm sorry, it's $90, not $80. And we have 75398, which is going to be a buildable C-3PO, which is super exciting for some of us. I don't know, I wasn't looking for a buildable C-3PO. I don't buy the buildable characters, not using my price range, but we haven't gotten a buildable C-3PO since the Technic one back in 2001, the one that you could shoot with a Stormtrooper and he would blow up, recreating the scene from Empire Strikes Back. But when I had it, I had no clue that's what it was from. It will have a C-3PO minifigure like most buildable characters. The only questionable one is that droid decal. I don't know whether it's going to be using the highly detailed UCS one, but probably not, because Lego only recycles UCS figures from prequel sets like Captain Rex. Sorry to hit that nail on the coffin. Or whether it's going to be the trash compactor one. I'm leaning towards they're going to do the trash compactor one and not have the dual molded leg, but I don't know. Look, leave your thoughts right down in the comments. Anyway, we have 7394. Now this one I'm not entirely catching on fire again. We have 75394, which is a Death Star playset. I'm hearing a lot of things. It could be up to $200 or down to about 80 or 90. And I'm hearing like a buildable, kind of smaller scale version of the Death Star that they had for many, many years. Even they quietly released an updated one around like 2014. But I'm leaning towards this, the $80 one, kind of more like the meeting room. It's supposed to have a lot of characters in it though, including an anniversary figure of Cal Kestis. We have like Darth Vader, some officers. Tarkin's not supposed to be in this. Getting some stormtroopers again, some Imperial officers and Death Star gunners, that kind of thing. We don't have a piece count right now, but for more on the loop of all these sets, make sure you're subscribed. And then next set, we are getting an anime calendar. Now, I was excited about this year's calendar, although a lot of it was recycled characters. That's what advent calendars often do. They also throw in some holiday themed ones. I like a mixture of both. I like to add a clone to my army, even if it's just one clone. And the same thing here. So some of the minifigures that are coming in this 75395, again, $45 and 368 pieces. It is going to include a Super Battle Droid, a 501st Trooper, probably one of the new ones that, well, definitely one of the new ones that are coming in that Bark Speeder Grogu's Escape coming out in May. We're going to have Ahsoka, the T6 version, so the Ahsoka the Grey, if you will. A Luke and Leia and potential Christmas versions, and one more figure. And did I say Super Battle Droid? Because Super Battle, now that they've returned, I'm excited to get these in Advent calendars as well. You can buy a couple battle packs, buy some of these, you're getting some Super Battle Droids. Even if you just buy one of the 75392 and an Advent calendar, that's 4 Super Battle Droids you've just added to your droid army. It's just amazing. And I just want to touch on 75387, the Tantive 4 hallway. It is not a diorama, as I've previously mentioned. It is going to be, I don't know centimeters, but 22 centimeters high, so that's going to be a tall build. No wonder why it's $55. And have Technic pins, so it can be Technic bricks and pins, so they can be attached and just have one long hallway. It's just probably going to be, the front section is going to have opening doors and levers to blast. You're going to be able to blast open the doors like in Beginning of New Hope. So they're adding a lot of awesome features here. And you'll be able to topple the characters. So in some way, I'm sure, like, probably similar way, you're going to be able to push back some of the Rebel Troopers defending while the door is being blasted open. And then you have an anniversary figure of 5s, which I'm going to show you. I want to take a closer look here in just 1 second. The characters that are coming in this is Darth Vader, 2 Stormtroopers. Nice to get Stormtroopers again. Then we have Captain Antilles and 2 Rebel Fleet Troopers, as well as ARC Trooper 5s. Just want to touch on that most of these are going to be reused figures. So the Stormtrooper is going to be the same one that came in the mech. Darth Vader has come in a bunch of sets. TIE Bomber, he's coming in that Death Star set. So, and they're going to probably just reuse that figure, because that figure really, there's nothing wrong. It has arm printing, it has everything going for it that it needs to, other than, some versions of Darth Vader did have red eyes, so it would have been nice to maybe get a version of that. And we're going to get the same Rebel Fleet Troopers that we got in Yavin 4. Captain Antilles might be the only one. I don't know of a set currently in the last couple of years that has had that character. And then we have ARC Trooper 5s, which, here are my kind of thoughts on it. It's a little bit botched. GZC knocked their 5s out of the park. They're a much lower cost company that can do a way better job than LEGO. LEGO has high-end pad printing machines and can't quite get it right. The torso, the legs, whether you care about printed on wastegapes or not, like, the legs look okay, they look pretty decent. Maybe not the most accurate. It doesn't have all the blue striping that it should, but not too bad. Arm printing, gorgeous. Printed on pauldron. The pauldron is a little bit big, and then you do get this almost non-looking Lego cloth piece pauldron that looks much like custom. Now, I'm having a hard time believing it, but yeah. And then the helmet, all the way up until the eye line. Once you get above the eye line, then the top fin and all that is just a little bit botched. Like, LEGO did a great job creating an almost 5s-like helmet with the Jet Trooper. An easy trooper to be like, yeah, that can be 5s. Not quite 5s, but it was pretty close. And they didn't do this even remotely right. I just don't know who took and decided, like, this is a figure that has a lot of fans behind it. A lot of people say 5s is their favorite character. I will be one of those people, and I'm going to judge this pretty hard. It does have the helmet hole, so you put the antennas. That's nice. Do they look the best? Absolutely not. And then the print, just the way that his blue curves into his eye line, it's just not even remotely accurate. I'm sorry to say, it's just not. But is that going to stop me from buying the set? No. Am I going to collect a couple 5s? Probably, just because I want to. And I've got a better version with GCC that I'm very happy with. And I'll probably go and buy another set from Cape Cantina of the cloth pieces, and we'll call it a day. And it's gonna look pretty good. Unfortunately, I just wish that if LEGO is going to make a fan favorite character, they just put a little bit more care in getting every detail right. No stone is left unturned. They, get as close as they can for the details that matter. Having a helmet hole or an antenna doesn't matter as much as getting the print correct. At least that's my opinion. But let me know what you thought of all these set leaks right down in the comments. Actually, before I go through it, there's one set leak that I'm thinking is fake. It was thrown out in the jungle of all these leaks happening over the past 24 hours. And I don't think it's true at all. Number one, there's no set number attached to it. Number two, it has a peace cow. But, maybe it's a promo set? I just don't know. It's a mech pack 2-in-1, which is Kathleen Kennedy versus Watto. Like, why? With a Max Rebo anniversary figure. Just, if you've seen this, I would say it's not happening. I just want to put that out there. If you've seen this floating around, unfortunately, if that's a set that you wanted, it's not happening. Max Rebo will probably come in a UCS Jabba sail barge if that set is happening this year. I'm hoping, because most of those leak sets that leaked last March have been starting to leak out, and they are coming this year. Including like the Snow White's Cottage, we're getting a Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. I think Jabba's sail barge is a pretty safe bet to be coming sometime this fall, probably October. But hopefully we hear some confirmations of that in the coming months. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed this video and I delivered you some great value, you had a laugh in the beginning, drop a like there. If you're new here, consider subscribing for all the latest on the LEGO Star Wars news. And I've got another video you're going to want to watch coming right over here.